Now, Sports Talk with Brodes. Here's Hunter Brody.
That was awful. That was such a bad game. That was pathetic. You are up big 3-1 in the third period, and you think it's just a fantastic idea to go to the box. Hey, guys, let's take as many fucking penalties as we can in the third period to allow arguably the best line in hockey to get opportunities. Pasta, Bergeron, Marchand. What do you expect to happen when you give them power play opportunity after power play opportunity after power play opportunity? You just pissed away another point, and once again, you are playing your division and your division only. So all these times that you cough up points or all these times you allow games to go to overtime, that's brutal and it's very, very costly, more costly than it ever is, because the only teams you battle are the ones that you're fighting for to make the damn playoffs. I'm so pissed off. Look, I thought the first period was horrendous. They had 7 giveaways. 12 seconds into the game, you have Ghost getting waxed and abused by Pasta as he makes an outstanding move to the outside, cuts to the crease, and gets it past Carter Hart with the blink of an eye. And this is the same team that you just got destroyed by in Boston just a little time ago. Embarrassed. Like you got your asses kicked by this team. You would think there would be a sense of urgency right from the start. So I was furious. Alain Vigneault tries to get a little cute with the forward line, and it backfires big time. Although, I put a lot of blame on Shane Gostisbehere because there's no reason for you to get caught like that seconds into the game. So I couldn't believe it. And it was your standard, typical Flyers throughout. First period super slow, not being able to generate too much. Carter Hart bailing you out. He made some spectacular saves. Awful D-zone, bad passes. And that bled into the second period a bit. What do you know? 1 minute in, Ghost gets abused in the second period. You would think you learned from the first period where you fell asleep at the wheel, if you will. You weren't ready. You weren't prepared. You weren't mentally getting yourself engaged to make a play from the drop of the puck in the second period. Richie goes on a breakaway. Luckily, he hits the post. Then Kevin Hayes has a costly turnover, and here comes Corrali the other way on a breakaway. Carter Hart made the save. I was furious. How do you not come out more prepared against this team that you know has Pasta in the lineup, that you know can destroy you? Like, you know it! I'm pissed! I'm pissed! Now, they did turn it around a bit. Aube-Kubel throwing the body around, getting physical, and that second period, there was a spark plug. Aube-Kubel was running around, and that allowed the Flyers to gain a bit of momentum. They were getting forechecks. They were forechecking better, I should say. They were getting in the offensive zone, getting the puck deep, and they were banging bodies. They were getting in. F1, creating turnovers. They had a little bit of life, and that resulted in Phil Myers having the puck at the top of the blue line, moving it down to Travis Sanheim, who threads the needle to Kevin Hayes. Now, Charlie McAvoy didn't have a stick, and that plays a role, but guess what? Sometimes you need a little bit of luck, and you need a bounce to go your way. You had the possibility to move the puck east to west, Sanheim to Kevin Hayes. It was almost saved. That puck almost did not go in. There was a glove on that biscuit as it was going to the twine, but it squeaked its way in. Kevin Hayes, with his 6th of the season, ties the hockey game. And the third, the Flyers came out guns blazing. Voracek backdoor. And look, JVR doesn't get an assist on that play, but without JVR, you don't score that goal. Left corner, beats everyone to the puck, gets there, utilizes his body, gets in great position, moves the puck towards the net, bang, bang, bang. Sanheim jumps up into the play. He's in the slot area, goes backdoor to Jacob Voracek, and the Flyers take a 2-1 lead. Then for the 3-1 lead, JVR again in the defensive zone, right around the blue line, gets a nice stick on puck, pushes it forward through the neutral zone. Scott Lawton on a 2-on-1 with Joel Farabee. Beautiful execution on a nice pass. One-timer, how do you do? Top shelf where mama hides the cookies. And the Flyers are up 3-1. And this is where all these boneheaded mistakes happen. Aube-Kubel takes a penalty. Then I saw Voracek go out there with Butterman and Raffle as if Alain Vigneault was making a statement. You're going to take a shit penalty where you ain't going to touch the ice at all. You're going to get shit playing time after that. Kevin Hayes gets a hook. Scott Lawton with the dumb interference. Scratchable offense. Get out of my lineup! Now, I thought he's been playing better as of late. You don't touch my ice if you take that interference. What were you trying to do? That was blatant as hell. And he's bitching and complaining as he's going to the penalty box. Watch the replay, dude. The puck wasn't there. You flat out cut him off and ran him into the boards. Use your brain. It's sickening to me that a team just costed themselves a point. And it's a bigger swing than that. Because you should have beat them in regulation. There should be a lot of scratches going on. But then again, are you going to put your team in a worse situation going up against this same Boston team on Friday? I know you want to make statements, and he did that earlier with Travis Konechny, and you can make the argument that, well, you're making your team worse, but you're sending a message to the team. And let's be real. I mean, you can do that so many times. Eventually, I don't think it has the same power. After a night like this, though, you should have free range. And I don't blame AV whatsoever if he elects to scratch guys. This is the type of game where I think it's very warranted and it's deserving. But at the same time, you got to battle up against this team. And I know Sean Couturier would have made a difference when it comes to defending that top line. But when you're taking penalties left and right, I mean, what do you expect? What do you think is going to happen when you have these guys out there moving the biscuit and going and making Carter Hart go post to post? You know, Pasta's there getting hat tricks with ease, camping out in the same damn area on the power play with about 14 seconds left in regulation. Easy. Hanging out, wide open net. Let me just tap it in. A little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo, as Happy Gilmore once said. I can't believe it. Although I can believe it because this Flyers team, I said this is not sustainable. They are having moments of success. They are having moments of good play. That second period goal by Hayes. That third period of stretch to start the period after starting the first two periods so bad and so poor. The third, they came out flying. It was good. So they do have windows of great play. But there's too much ugliness involved that you don't just win. You don't beat good teams. Good teams will put you away. Good teams will fight back. Good teams don't fall asleep and pass up on these chances to get points and win games. You might be able to get away with it when you play these bum sticks, when you play these god-awful teams at the bottom of this Eastern Conference, when you play the Devils. Like, whoop-de-fucking-do, you can beat the New Jersey Devils 2 times in a row when you're not playing your best hockey. When PK Subban is a mess and he's turning the puck over more than your own defensemen do. You're pulling Robert Haig out of the lineup to put in Gustafsson. And I think that that's fine because Robert Haig blows. Gustafsson blows too. But my point is, you play the Devils. Okay, you play an Islanders team that's normally, when you look at how they normally operate, yeah, they're a very structured team under Barry Trotz, but they're not playing their best hockey right now. They're in a little bit of funk. You can get away with that when you play teams that aren't playing their best hockey. When you play great teams, when you play veteran teams, veteran squads with a ton of experience who know how to put you away, who knows how to stay involved no matter what the score is, who knows that, hey, if this team's going to constantly cough up these chances and they're going to put guys in the box and they're going to allow us to get a man advantage, this isn't over. This is our game. This is a Boston Bruins team that is led by a lot of guys that has had a lot of big moments and a lot of comebacks and a lot of winning seasons. You blew up. You flat out blew up. And if I'm Carter Hart, I'm disgusted with my team. He tried to hold them in it as long as possible. Richie gets a big tip in front on a power play, and he made a stellar save. He was able to stay with it. The puck is moving around a bit. There's a little misdirection, but he's able to cover it up. But it's unacceptable. You left him out to dry. The poor kid had bad outings the last time he played this team, and you would think it would be so nice to get back onto a positive note, seeing this Boston Bruins logo in the yellow and the black. Knowing you could walk away from this game comfortably saying, all right, I bounced back. I had my revenge against this team. I did my job. Like, you can't get mad at the netminder when you get 5-on-4s all day long down the stretch. Aube-kubel had that penalty around the 11th-minute mark, and the Kevin Hayes one was with about 2 minutes left in the game. And then the Scott Laughton one was right after the Kevin Hayes one going into overtime. What do you think is going to happen? I love JVR's game. There you go. You want a positive? JVR is playing fantastic. Awful! Now, the Anytime Hotline was buzzing after this game. I'm pretty excited to check out these calls. I do want to let everybody know, though, before I let you know about my friends over at DraftKings, that I am doing giveaways every Wednesday on my Twitter account. So at Brodes81, you can follow me. At the top of my Twitter, there's a pinned tweet. And right now, we are giving away, thanks to New Era Caps, a snow hat, a Philadelphia Eagles snow hat. It's very simple to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter and retweet that tweet. Make sure you head over there and be aware, every Wednesday there will be a new giveaway. So keep your eyes engaged there. All right, now, speaking of my friends at DraftKings, the 55th Super Bowl is this weekend. 55, and a game this big deserves a big prize, not just some trophy. And DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55, has up to $55 million in total prizes up for grabs with their Super Bowl prediction challenge. All you have to do to get your share of these huge prizes is enter DraftKings' free Super Bowl prediction challenge. Once you submit your picks, you will get a free instant prize up to $25,000. And if you have the most predictions correct, you can win the top prize of $1 million. Download the DraftKings app now and use promo code BRODES to enter the free $55 million Super Bowl prediction challenge. Everyone gets an instant prize up to $25,000 just for playing. So use promo code BRODES now and enter the free $55 million Super Bowl challenge only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. All right, let's just fire these bad boys off, because as soon as that game ended, I went to the Anytime Hotline mailbox just to see how fast things would start flying in. And people are not happy. I want to hear from you, and I want to voice my frustration as well. It's like I want your energy to take my energy to the next level, because I don't think it's showing how pissed off I am. I don't think it's showing enough. It's showing, don't get me wrong. But there's a level of fire that's inside of me that I feel is stuck. And I need you to help it get out of me. I need something to fuel me. And I'm hoping it's you.
That's what I call a case of going to the well once too many times, and it finally came up empty for you. I mean, the first period, once again, was listless, uninspired, against the team that beat you twice last week. Kind of hard to figure out. And then down the stretch, I mean, the penalty to me that sealed this loss was the closing of the hand on the puck. I mean, that's inexcusable. I mean, Nicholas aube-kubel, I thought, played a pretty good game up to that point, but that's totally inexcusable. I thought the Hayes penalty call was trash, and the Laughton's call was what it was. I mean, but again, they haven't put a 60-minute game together. Defensive lapses all night. I thought Provorov and Gostisbehere were trash, and they left Carter Hart hanging out to dry all night, and it finally caught up with them.
No doubt. You can't do that every single night. So there's a lot there. Yeah, aube-kubel, I thought he was strong. But then you take the stupid penalty. Alain Vigneault doesn't trust you to put you back out there. And it's a shame because I thought he was a spark plug. I thought he was an energy guy that was performing in his role quite well to that point. You know, that second period, you saw some hits. You saw some physicality. You saw him bring a little bit of that oomph to that line. And that was able to create a little bit of energy for the Flyers. And they cashed in that second period. I thought that was translating. I thought aube-kubel's play translated to the Flyers' execution and that first goal, and it's a shame he pretty much costed himself that. You mentioned Provorov and Ghost. Yeah, this D-corps as a whole is not good. Shane Gostisbehere had a couple good games when he first came back, but it's pretty clear to me, it's like, look, this is reality of the situation. When there's two chicks standing next to one another, and one chick is cute, but she's with an ugly friend. She looks hotter than what she really is. Whereas maybe she looks like a 7, but she's really a 5 because her friend's a 2. That's Shane Gostisbehere, all right? Because he played so well early on. Yeah, that's because you're comparing him to Robert Haig, and you're comparing him to Justin Braun and Gustafsson and all of these trash defensemen. So it's, oh yeah, look, go. No. I mean, he still has some flaws. You think you could just pop him in? He went from a guy you couldn't get in the lineup to the first D pairing. Do you see that there's an issue there? Do you see that there's a problem? That is ridiculous. That's not okay. That just shows you that you do not have enough depth. Talk about not playing for a 60-minute game. They haven't done that once all year. That won't be good enough against top talented opponents, against the top tier teams in this league. They're too good. They know how to execute. They know how to put you away, or they know how to stay involved and have the right mentality. This was Bush League, this penalty garbage. Kevin Hayes' call, did I love the call? No. Did he put his stick in that area? Yes. I probably would have kept the whistle silent based off of where it was in that game. Late third. Do I really want to call that? Do I really want to put the game in my hands? No, I don't. As a zebra, as an official, no, I wouldn't want to do that. But he did get his stick in that section, and in today's era of hockey, that's too close. Kevin Hayes is too much of a veteran. He's been in this league long enough to know that, you know what, you should probably just not put it there. Was it on the softer side? Yes. But why even force the officials to be put in that situation? That's how I kind of see it from Kevin Hayes. He's too smart of a player.
Hey, Brodes, it's Connor from Philly. The Flyers game just ended, and if I'm Carter Hart, I'm punching Joel Farabee, Kevin Hayes, and Scott Laughton right in the face. Just right in the face. Like, I don't care. You can't take a penalty in that spot. That's terrible. Oh my God. Come on, guys. They have to be better. See ya, man.
They have to be better. They do. They do. The fact that they have 7 wins on the season and their record is what it is right now, while they look so brutal, I don't understand. I can't get a vibe on this team because they have these stretches of significant, solid hockey. Because you, like, as bad as it's been, to be where they're at, there are obviously plays and there's obviously periods where they are executing and where they are getting pucks deep. They're working the puck around the offensive zone. They're doing the little things that they need to do. They're taking the body. They're taking away time and space. They're playing a little bit more physical. They're moving the puck well. They're getting shots on net. Sometimes they try and be too cute. You know, I remember there was, I forget exactly who it was in the slot. Wide open, cutting across across the middle. It might have been Kevin Hayes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive it was Kevin Hayes. And he's cutting through the slot wide open. There was someone driving the net, so he had a really good amount of space. And he tries to force it through whoever was driving the net for a pass right at the crease area instead of ripping one. What are you doing? You know this team struggles to get grade A scoring opportunities, so you literally can't come up with a better scenario than that. If you close your eyes at night and you think about the game the day after, right? So let's say it's nighttime, it's last night, and whoever that was, I'm just going to say Kevin Hayes because I think that's who it was off the top of my head. If you close your eyes and you think about, okay, what's going to happen tomorrow night when we play the Boston Bruins? If I can get a great chance, where would I want it? Oh, right here in the middle of the hash marks, right in the slot. And I'm not going to pass that opportunity up. Yet when it happens in the game, that's exactly what happens. And it's not the first time, and I know it's not going to be the last time, and it's something that they do every single game. They pass up on these great chances to try and be cute, to try and be too pretty, and it's costing them goals. It is. It is. While I'm watching Pasta, Bergeron, Marchand move the puck around at ease, toast defensemen with ease. You think Pasta is just beating Ghost wide, putting the puck through his skates, and then thinking, you know what, hold on, here I am, 2 inches away from Carter Hart. You know what I should do right now? I should pass it out. No, he would never. But yet it seems every single Philadelphia Flyer tends to do that.
Gotta say that I'm disappointed, but I shouldn't be surprised. Boston has been smacking us all season. The early goal in the first period, 12 seconds in, I think, and the last goal, 15 seconds in. Pastrnak destroyed us today. Pastrnak, excuse me. And I just don't know what our thing is against the Bruins. We're a good team. We've got some injuries, I know, but that's no excuse. It's hockey. You have to play. I thought Carter Hart did well, gave up some goals. It's going to happen. But penalties, we can't be giving up penalties to the Bruins. They do very well on the power play, and they proved it. And vice versa, when we're on the power play, we have to do better. The Bruins are good on the PK, and it just didn't happen.
You know, that's interesting when you think of the Bruins and, like taking too many penalties. Don't you think heading into the game, everyone is fully aware of the situation? Hey, Pasta can score goals. Pasta is elite. He's elite in this league. So if we can stay out of the box, that would be lovely. That is almost a key of the game. You know how they do the 3 keys of the game when you go into a broadcast every single night? Well, a key to the game is stay out of the box because you can't have that top line being able to work the puck around until they get a chance that they're happy with, because guess what? It's hitting the twine and it's flying out full speed. They can do it to a lethal level. A key to the game was, or should have been, stay out of the box. So they went against that. Like, I don't know what else one of the key of the games would have been. When you played the Islanders, you got away with it. Alain Vigneault and the team, they were so happy that, the PK was big for us. Yeah, well, how many times were you in the box, damn it? Shouldn't that be more concerning than the PK did a good enough job? It's a lot different when you have real players, and not that the Islanders don't have real players, because they do. They have a good power play in terms of personnel. It's not a dumpster fire personnel power play. But once you start talking about the teams that's going to be at the top of the Eastern Division, it's a little bit different. God damn it, I'm so pissed off. I really am.
Brodes, it's Ryan from Tampa. God, it's just a disappointing loss. I mean, the thing that's always been a bugaboo, especially since last year, the defensive breakdowns we have late in games is just so bad sometimes. And that late penalty just killed us. I mean, we got to have some discipline out there. You do that versus Boston, they've had our number. So I really, just like we practice the power play, I think we need to start practicing some defense here.
Just practice defense. Yeah, I mean, they got to practice a lot of things. They need to practice a lot of things. And you talk about the D zone breaking down late in games. Well, sure, that's true. They break down all the time. They break down in the first period. They break down in the second period. They break down in the first shift of the second period. They break down in the first shift of the first period. They break down all the time. Constantly, every single game. There has not been a game this year where they haven't had insanely disgusting, poor defensive zone time. And look, no one's going to execute a game plan 100% perfectly. There's going to be mishaps. You're going to make a poor mistake. Like, that's just reality of the situation. So I'm not acting as if, I demand this team to be flawless in the D zone every single time the puck is dropped. But the rate that it's happening, and for the window of time that it's happening, and for a 20, 40-minute stretch of it happening, you will not be successful. You won't be successful. And that's why it's not just the fan base that's irritated. It's the team as well. I heard Jake Voracek getting interviewed before the game even started about this team. And yeah, you know what? That first month in January, while they piled up 7 wins in 10 games, and it's good to do that. It's better than the alternative. They know deep down that this is not going to be efficient enough. This is not going to get to the end goal. So it's not just us that are nitpicking this team. It's evident from everyone. And something has to change. I saw Braden Coburn was available because he was put on waivers. 35. He had a lot of minuses next to his name so far this year, although on a piss bad team in Ottawa, you don't have much to work with. Is it worth a shot? Do you have much to lose? So that's the thing. If he comes here and he blows, well, okay, then he's just in the mix of other defensemen that are horrendous. So be it. You don't really lose much, but, cap space and things like that obviously play a role. I just know that this Gustafsson goes, like these offensive defensemen, you need someone that can help you out shutting it down. You need structure. And Coburn is a veteran defenseman. And look, he's definitely on hole 18 of the back 9 here, so I'm not going to pretend like he would automatically come in, but you need to try something new. And I'm almost thinking like, hey, maybe it's worth a shot to go down the Braden Coburn road.
I fucking hate Boston. I'm one of those Philly fans who hates that entire city, hates all 4 of those freaking teams. Their fan base is a bunch of obnoxious little shits who feel so entitled because they have a bunch of fucking championships, even though their teams, when they lose in championships, manage to lose in horribly embarrassing ways. This loss by the Flyers was goddamn pathetic. I know their record's still good, but it just kills me to see that shit. It kills me.
Yeah, it kills me too. It's one of those, pathetic, heartbreaking, devastating, demoralizing. It's a really brutal one where your heartache is real. It's crushing. I've been in those situations a ton of times. Some losses, they are what they are. You wipe it off, you move on to the next night. Some wins are great, very emotional. Like, for example, not all wins feel the same way in terms of greatness. You beat a team 4-1 or you beat a team 3-1 compared to what the Bruins just went through. There's a different emotional tie to it. But when you lose these type of games, there's a different emotional tie to it. And I'm kind of looking for the bounce back. I'm looking for the response. I want to see what type of team we see and what team shows up on this game Friday night. If they go out there and they lose again, fuck! I'd be pissed. Fuck! I can't believe they let this one go. I can't believe it.
Bros, I'm laying here on the floor right now in pain because I cannot believe I just witnessed. I don't know what I just watched. I cannot believe Scotland just took an absolutely horrific penalty with under 20 seconds to go with a tie game. You're going to overtime, and you just got scored on the when the Bruins had a power play. And now you're gonna go to overtime, down, and man, I cannot fathom that in my mind.
I would have to imagine that AV is so mad at that one. Like, there's so many ones that you can point at, and aube-kubel, clearly he was frustrated considering aube-kubel. Jake Voracek went with that line after that play all happened. But that's one of those ones where if I'm a coach, that eats me alive. The Scott Lawton one, it's worse than the other ones. You got to realize situation. You got to realize clock. You got to realize momentum. You got to realize personnel on the other team. Like, there's so much to factor in. And here's a guy that started out, in my opinion, super slow this season. Not the level of play that I anticipated seeing from Scott Lawton. And then he put it together a bit, and he was more exciting and playing better as of late. And then he just throws this just trash decision in the mix, which was a downfall for him in the past when he played a different role, when he had a different style to him. He would like to muck it up. He'd like to be chippy. He'd like to chirp. He tried to be in the heads of other players in the other team. And I think that you saw that version somewhat come out here with like a boneheaded mistake that he would have made when he was in that grinder role trying to make a name for himself in this organization. And instead he does it in a crucial time when you just can. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm boiling inside. I am truly disappointed and just so gutted. This team makes no sense. They are a mystery to me. And I'm trying to get my finger on the pulse. And I'm having a hard time doing it. I really am. All right, before I let you guys go, I do need to let you know about my friends over at Orbit Energy and Power. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, Orbit Energy and Power is home to your solar experts in residential and commercial projects. They use high-quality materials and trained professionals to get the job done right. They even take care of all the permitting and fees right there in the office. Their solar program eliminates your electric bill completely by offering flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. They also provide water purification systems, backup energy services, battery storage, and more. So check out their information. It's all down below. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.